We are taking a look at the sneaky ways certain brands keep all of us locked in the endless cycles of buying things.
Was president of the Adidas brand.
I started at Apple.
I worked at Amazon for 15 years. It's a highly refined science to get you to buy stuff.
They know you. Like, we know you.
We were constantly developing new ways to get you to buy. Influencing your behavior in subtle ways that you'd never even realize.
The new Netflix documentary, Buy Now, The Shopping Conspiracy, pulls back the curtain on the world's top brands, exposing some of the hidden tactics and sneaky strategies they use to keep shoppers coming back for more. We're talking to two of the contributors in the film, Maren Costa, a former Amazon employee who played a key role in developing their website, and Anna Sachs, a waste expert popular on social media for uncovering corporate waste. Hello and welcome to the both of you. Good morning.
Good morning.
Maren, I wanted to talk about sort of how this documentary came up, what you wanted to show the public, that you thought it was so important that you put this together.
Well, the filmmakers contacted me and they were doing a whole series of these interviews with people who had unique views on how consumption has really just kind of exploded in our culture, certainly, if not around the world. And having been at Amazon so long, and Amazon sort of being the poster child for consumption, I think I mapped pretty well to what they were looking to, describe.
What do you think is going to be most surprising to people when they watch the documentary?
I think most people probably know most of this, but it's sort of seeing it visually and the power of the storytelling in a way of the filmmakers. I think they just did such a fantastic job in bringing all of these stories together. I think it just has more impact than what you might know, but you're kind of pretending you don't know. We don't want to see it. The whole point is that it's pushed out of our sight so that we don't overthink about buying something, because the whole point is to buy more.
Yeah, and I do want to get into some of the details of the documentary. Can you go into some of the techniques and tactics, maybe give us one or two that are used every day to get us to buy more stuff?
Yeah, we know that there's, artificial intelligence that's used to track our behavior and then start to learn about our preferences and be able to get closer and closer to showing, you exactly the item that is going to be most appealing to you. And that is really compelling. I think we all know on social media, it's kind of horrible, but you're going through the feed and it's like, wow, I think I need that. It's just,
yeah.
You put something in front of people that is matching sort of what they've looked at before, and you're going to have a much higher chance of selling something. And then it's just the colors and the pathways and the wording. We would test different word sentences and different colors of those words to make everything be as optimized towards that purchase as possible. And, it was just sort of, at first online, it's not that bad. You think nobody's going to buy anything online. When I started at Amazon, nobody was buying anything online, really. But then when it became such this big machine, it's kind of a monster.
That makes sense. Anna, I want to turn to you because you're sort of looking at the waste that's created by all these products and all these things that we continue to collect and buy. Talk about what your role is in the documentary and kind of what you try to show people.
Yeah, so I show waste at the kind of end of the life more. So for retail stores after a holiday, so now that Christmas is over, that Christmas merchandise typically is going to be tossed tonight or within the next few weeks, or the Hanukkah merchandise, whatever it is. And in New York City, I go around opening up trash bags and documenting the waste for people to see because it's very hidden deliberately. And so we're stuck in this cycle of overproduction by corporations, and unfortunately, there's no consequences for it. Unfortunately, there's no laws preventing this system of consistent overproduction and knowing overproduction. And I think one of the things we can do, or I can do at least, because I enjoy going through the trash, is to show people it and show people, like, I think there's a kind of a visceral reaction to people seeing, you know, last year, the day after Christmas, it was trash bags full of dolls, but first they ordered an employee to rip off the heads and rip off the arms and the legs of the dolls. And
So this was a store that did this. So this was a store, they didn't sell all of the dolls. So what they did is they
Yes.
rip off the heads and then they throw them out that way.
They ordered an employee to do that, yes. And then they toss it. And then there were like Christmas themed dog collars, but first they have to take scissors and they have to slash the dog collar so you can't use it. So I think showing people that makes people enraged, and rightly so, and be like, this is messed up. There's something inherently messed up with the system.
And also when it comes to the corporate waste, I mean, do you see any corporations making changes in the right direction, or do you see more and more companies start to do what you were just describing there and ripping the heads off dolls and throwing them away?
Yeah, I think it's any change that's happening is on a smaller scale and with smaller brands. The major corporations I do not see changing, unfortunately. And I think as long as we're stuck in this very short-term system where you're prioritizing short-term profitability over the health of the planet and over the well-being of people and all other beings on this planet, this is the result that you're going to end up in. You're going to get artificially cheap goods produced. You're going to overproduce them because they're so cheap. And then whatever you don't sell, you're going to destroy. And you count it as a loss. And so it lowers the taxable income ultimately for corporations.
And you need to drive down the cost of labor so that labor gets cheaper and cheaper so that you can make more and more profit. And then that's where we see all of the labor abuses coming in.
So what would be the takeaway? What would you want somebody watching this documentary to do? Is it just buy fewer things? Is it sort of recycle some of the objects that you already have at home? What would you inspire them to do?
I mean, ideally, those are great, and you can make those individual changes, and they do add up. But we really do need to change the underlying systems, which is going to be more along the lines of pressuring your representatives and politicians to pass more regulations, informing your communities, talking about this issue. Watch the movie. Have your friends watch the movie. We need to put this more out in front, and so that we're all more aware and we can work together to make the big changes that we really need to make.
Okay. Well, Buy Now, The Shopping Conspiracy, streaming on Netflix, and you can follow Maren and Anna on Instagram.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.